the problem. The problem is you have a child, and you are engaging in inappropriate contact with the child, inappropriate sexual contact with the child. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 0037, State of Texas versus Mark Anthony Pena. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Travis Banks of the State of Texas.
Danny Callahan for defense.
All right, Mr. Pena, you entered a plea of guilty to count 2. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at a cap of 30 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine, and the state is opposing your application. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Any witnesses, state?
State has no witnesses, Your Honor.
Defense, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor. Only allocution and letters and corroborative evidence of his physical health.
All right. State, do you have any evidence to present in the way of documents or no?
Nothing other than what's in the PSI, Your Honor.
All right. And so so both parties know, and I know you all are aware, I read the entirety of the PSI report. Defense, you have documents for the court to review?
This first one is from the defendant's mother, Your Honor.
Any objections, state?
No objections from the state, and the state has reviewed that.
Okay.
The second one is corroborating the PSI information regarding stage 4 kidney disease of the defendant.
All right.
Diagnosis is in the top right-hand corner of the documents.
All right, everyone, just give me a moment while I read the documents that have been presented. All right, the court has reviewed the documents presented by the defense. The court will hear argument.
Your Honor, considering his health, also considering my understanding that the complainant's present disposition was exhibited prior to the time that she ever met the defendant. She was that way.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Could everyone please whisper? I'm
She
sorry.
was that way before the defendant met her. Physical problems, the mental problems that she has, cutting herself, that existed long before the defendant was involved in her life. I suggest to the court respectfully that you give deferred adjudication 180 days in jail, particularly because of the lack of prior record and also stage 4. He's not going to live very much longer. And if he goes to prison, he won't get the treatment that he needs. That's all, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I'll be brief. And as you've already read the PSI, I just want to point out that some of the language that he's using in his PSI amounts to him minimizing his guilt. He says that the allegations against him are exaggerated, that he just wants to move on with his life, and that he doesn't want it to seem like he doesn't care, which would imply that he doesn't care. He just doesn't want the court to realize that. But I would remind the court in his minimization of guilt, that this is a case where the defendant's penis was, a photo of the defendant's penis was found on the complaining witness's phone. And that it was eventually learned that the defendant got the complainant to give him oral sex and did have vaginal sex with the complainant starting on her birthday in 2020 when she was born in 2008. So she would have been 12 years old at that time. And the state is asking the court to consider that and sentencing the defendant and to meet the cap at 30 years. TBC.
All right. And is there anything you wish to say, Mr. Pena?
Your Honor,
If there's something you want to say, you're going to be subject to cross-examination.
I'm very nervous. I don't know what to say. I loved my family. As my attorney mentioned, these issues when I met April, she was 9 years old, and I don't want to speak bad of the character. I'm not trying to minimize anything, or I do care. I cared about them very much. I was in their lives since.
But I mean, here's the problem. The problem is you have a child, and you are engaging in inappropriate contact with the child, inappropriate sexual contact with the child. Do you understand?
I understand, Your Honor. I understand what was said. I understand.
You want to raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Mark, Antonio Pena.
All right. Counsel, do you wish for your client to testify, or you want to talk to him about testifying before?
No, Your
He
Honor,
subjects-
all I would ask the court to consider is elocution.
Okay. All right. So, Mr. Pena, as I said before, if you wish to give testimony and tell me what I should do or what you think would be appropriate in this case, then you're going to subject yourself to cross-examination. So that means that the state will be allowed to ask questions of you. So do you wish to continue to speak to the court? I mean, it's up to you.
I do, but I don't want to. Not a very good public speaker or speaker.
Oh, nobody's a public. Let me just tell you, I don't hold it against people that they're not good public speakers. I'm just here to listen
Just often say.
and then make a decision on what's before me. So the fact that you're not a good public speaker is not something that I will hold against you.
Yes, I just mean I often say things the wrong way. I don't mean them.
So do you wish to speak or no? Mr. Kellen, he's looking towards you for advice.
It sounds like.
There's nothing further, Your Honor.
All right. All right. As previously stated, the court has reviewed the PSI report. The court has reviewed the documents that have been tendered to the court for review by the defense. The court is going to deny your application. The court will find you guilty. Does anyone wish to speak to the cap? The state is asking for 30 years.
I wish to respectfully suggest to the court 5 years, Your Honor, considering his lack of record, considering his poor health right now.
State, what are you requesting?
Your Honor, the state is asking for the full 30 years. The defendant is clearly not accepted his guilt in this case. He's in a serious denial and saying that the claims against him are exaggerated. And the court should assess the full sentence of 30 years.
May I address the court?
Yes.
He would like to make further elocution, Your Honor.
All right. All right, well, Mr. Pena, just know that the court has already found you guilty. Again, if you wish to speak to the court, then you will be subjected to cross-examination. Do you wish to say something to the court?
I'm already come, we'll see, I can't, nothing will change.
No, I'm not going to grant your application for deferred adjudication. All right. The court will find you guilty. There's to be Chapter 62 compliance, no contact with the complainant. I've considered the health issues that counsel has spoken to me about. There's going to be a $1,500 fine, time and money will run concurrent. Court will sentence you to 25 years in the prison. Give you credit for any time served. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And also because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, we can go off the record. Mr. Pena, I want you to know that I considered the lack of criminal history. I considered the fact that you had been working, that you never stopped working, and I considered your health conditions, but I also have to weigh that against all evidence that's presented to me. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Thank you, counsel.
Your Honor, we have a victim impact statement on this case.
All right, are they here?
They are here, yes, Your Honor.
All right. 2023 CR 0527, State of Texas versus Sebastian Johnny Castillo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Defense,
Garrett Chirac for the defendant.
are you Sebastian Castillo?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you entered a plea on March 30th to count 1, paragraph B, no contest. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. State is not making any recommendations to your application. There's an affirmative finding of family violence, and then there's to be no contact with several parties. Did you have a chance to review the PSI report, counsel?
Yes, I did, Your Honor.
State,
Yes.
any objections to the PSI report?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, the state is silent. So any witnesses, defense?
I just have my defendant.
All right, do you wish to call him?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can you raise your right hand for me? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Sebastian Johnny Castillo.
Defense,
Mr. Castillo, do you want a statement you want to make to the court?
I just like to say, I'm sorry to my mom, my brothers and sisters.
How old were you when this happened?
I was 17.
Okay, were there some family dynamics going on in this situation with your step parents and your siblings?
Yes, sir.
What was exactly going on? You recall?
I was being beaten and I got kicked out.
I'm sorry, you were being what?
Beaten. No further questions.
All right, who are you saying was beating you?
My stepfather.
And where's the proof of this?
Just his, were any police reports made on this?
No,
Well, did he tell the school?
You tell the school you were getting beaten?
I was kicked out and they went to withdraw me at the school and the cop was there. And whenever they were taking me back home, they kicked me out and I was out for 3 days.
No, my question still has not been answered. So he's saying that his stepfather was beating him at the home. So did he ever report it to the school? That's either yes or no. All right. So where's the proof? Because what I have is I have him going to a home. I have him where they say that he threatened to shoot up the school. That's why the mother called. And then I have him going back to the home and they're saying that he pointed a gun on them.
Judge, I'm saying here that I think what led to this was they, for some reason, the step parents or wanted him out of the situation. He denies that he ever made a threat to shoot up the school. He says that was a false threat. I think they just wanted him out of the house. When this happened, you were actually living with your grandparents. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
And if you get probation, that's who you would live with?
Sir.
And when this happened, you were what, 17?
Yes, sir.
And do you do any alcohol or drugs?
No, sir.
Now, according to the police report, it says S1 and S2. S1 grabbed a handsaw. And you're S1. It says S1 grabbed a handsaw and attempted to saw through the lock to the gun safe. S1 then found a grinder and cut through the lock. S1 and S2 grabbed multiple guns from the safe and gathered them together. The cousins who went with S1 were waiting outside the laundry room with guns in their hands. S1 and S2 also gathered other listed items as well. Victim 3, 4, and 5 were all sitting in the living room sofa. Victim 3 said that S1 and S2 went into the living room and kitchen and had some of the guns pointing at them. S1 told victim 3 to shut the F up or he will shoot them. S1 and S2, along with S1's cousins, left the location with all the items he took. Once they left the location, V3, which is victim, locked the doors. Victim 2 arrived shortly after and called out to victim 3 to open the door. That was when victim 3 told victim 2 what happened. Victim 2 then called victim 1, who called the police to make a report. So, anybody want to address that? Because victim 3 is a juvenile. Victim 4 is a juvenile. Victim 5 is a juvenile. So,
You're shaking your head.
No, none of
are you
that.
saying you didn't take these items?
No, ma'am.
I mean, it's what you pled to. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
All right, I'll hear argument.
Judge, at the time of the incident, the defendant was 17 years old. It typically it sounds like it was a family dispute matter. Allegations are of guns being pointed, no shots were fired. It's evident that the parents and stepmother and stepfather do not want him in the location. That's not a problem. He's young. He's got his whole life ahead of him. I think he realizes he made a mistake in that situation. Maybe his anger being removed from the family caused him to kind of have a moment of basically being stupid.
And see, I can understand his position if there were people in the home where this was not their stepfather as well. So this is what the court is going to do. Court is going to find you guilty, sentence you to 5 years in prison, give you credit for any time served. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon, an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Vivian Castillo, Self Castillo, Stephanie with an I, Castillo, Doyle Poor, Doyle, and Oliver Castillo. With regards to the restitution amount, the court does not, they're asking for $45,000 in restitution. The court has nothing before it to suggest that restitution should be $45,000, and no information on restitution has been presented to the court, so the court is not ordering restitution. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. You won't probably go around. Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. And because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, and also because this is a conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. I know we're off the record. I know you're young, and 5 years seems like a lot of time.
Yes.
Time does go by quickly, but You need to start bettering yourself. If there is some type of mental health issue going on or some other issue that you have, drug issue, or some type of trauma that you've suffered, you can ask for help and they will give it to you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you.
Good luck.
Mark Antonio Pena pleaded guilty to sexual contact with a 12-year-old child with a plea cap of 30 years. The defense requested deferred adjudication and 180 days jail, citing Pena's lack of prior record and stage 4 kidney disease. The state sought the full 30 years, arguing Pena minimized his guilt. The court denied deferred adjudication, a